Do you sound awesome when you practice, but then you step in front of people and you freeze or you just fumble your way through your song? Today, I'm gonna give you some tips on how to get into that ideal performer mode. Now, before we get started, I just wanna say a quick little thank you. I just started this YouTube channel within this last year and we've already surpassed 2,000 subscribers. I love this community and I just wanna say a quick shout out to all of my subscribers and thank you so much for tuning in. And if you haven't subscribed yet, then go ahead and click the subscribe button so that you are the first to know when we launch a new video. So let's get right to it. 3 tips to help you get into that performer mode. As I was thinking about what this means, I was remembering a movie that my family went and saw recently, the F1 movie. So this is about Brad Pitt. He plays this character who kind of is an older F1 car driver. And so towards the end of the movie, he is going around the track and he's in the zone. And so some of the people in his pit say, "What's going on? What's he doing?" And one of the characters in the pit says, "He's flying." And it was that moment that he talked about where it's like everything just kind of fades away and all you see is the road that's in front of you. And that's when his character was flying on the racetrack. And that's what I think about when I say performer mode. If you have ever performed or even just sang at home, you know what I'm talking about. It's that moment that everything else fades away. You're not thinking about technique. You're not thinking about, oh, what's the next word? What's the next note? You're in the zone and you're truly in this musical place. We're just enjoying singing, enjoying the art of performing. So how do we get into that mode? Well, I'm gonna give you 3 tips to help you get there. This first tip is pretty practical, but it's a really good one. So first of all, when you are practicing your song, don't just go through the motions. Don't just practice your song so you know it. You need to practice in a similar environment to how you perform. I recently picked up guitar, and so now I sing and play guitar at the same time. And if you've ever tried to sing and play guitar, you know that it's really easy when you're first playing you want to look at your fingers like all the time. But you can't do that and successfully sing into a microphone. So the first time I got up at an open mic, I was sitting there and I was playing my song and I realized, oh my goodness, I didn't practice singing into a microphone as I played. Well, from that day on, I came home, I set up a microphone, and so now when I practice, I'm practicing just how I'm going to perform. In fact, I really prefer to have my headset on, to have my guitar, to have everything the way that I'm going to have it when I am performing, so that there's no second guessing. There's no guessing on what the environment is going to be like, and I can try to anticipate anything that might come up during that performance. So for you, that might mean, think dress rehearsal. So if you have a certain outfit or certain shoes that you're going to be performing in, practice in it. Practice in that outfit. Practice with those shoes so that you know what that's going to feel like and you're anticipating to know what that's going to feel like, and there's fewer surprises. One of the other things that I anticipated was going to be a challenge is when you do a longer performance. So vocal stamina is a really important thing, especially if you're doing 3-hour gigs. And I knew that I needed to test the waters with this because when I practice, I don't usually practice for a full 3 hours, but I was going to be performing for 3 hours. So was my voice going to be able to do what I needed to do for 3 hours? I called a friend and I said, "Hey, you've got an ice cream shop. Could I just come and practice for 3 hours?" It wasn't a paid gig. It was literally a practice rehearsal. I went, I set up all of my stuff, and I went through all 3 sets so I could sing for 3 hours and really see what that feels like. Are there any songs that maybe are going to be too difficult for me to do in my last set? Do I need to move them earlier in my set? All of those kinds of questions you can answer when you put yourself in that same environment that you're going to perform. Tip number 2, Train your technique so it's second nature. One of the things that I teach my students about is breathing and breath control. This is your power source to your voice. But when you're singing a song, I don't want you to have to think about breathing. So instead, you want to have a routine where you're working on your breath, you're working on your breath support every day so that when you are performing, you're not having to think about it. It's just coming naturally to you as you sing because that's what you've been practicing. And I don't mean practicing when you sing a song. I mean having actual exercises. So if you need some exercises to help you out with your breathing, then check out my video here. Instead of thinking about technique, we want to be in a place of storytelling. This is where we're going to be the most musical. This is where we're going to connect with our audience and actually move our audience to an emotional place where we want them to be. Several years ago, I was singing for the background track that was going to play during a missions video. And ironically enough, all I was singing was oohs and ahs. Easy enough, right? Well, when I was singing those oohs and ahs, I was very focused on my breathing, my pitch, telling myself, don't sing flat, don't sing flat, don't sing flat. I wasn't focused on the story. And I think part of it is because I wasn't singing words. So it was harder for me to connect to what the story was that this music was going along with. So the producer of the video said, all right, Renee, let's just stop for a second. I want you to watch the video that this song is going to go with. So I watched the video. I was like, okay, let's just get to it. Like, why am I watching this? It was so powerful. Once I saw the people and the mission and the ministry that was taking place, that this song was going to go with, now I could put that emotion into what I was singing, even though it was oohs and ahs. And as soon as we took the time to watch that and I had a connection with that story, it took one take. You see, I wasn't thinking about don't sing flat, make sure you breathe. I wasn't thinking about those things. I was thinking about the story. I was thinking about the people that this ministry is supporting. So this is why I want you to practice your technique so that when you are singing, when you're performing, you are thinking about the story. You're thinking about perhaps the character that you're playing, and you're not having to think about your technique. That is just coming in as second nature because you've practiced it. Tip number 3, never forget why you're performing. Let go. Have fun. Performing is fun. It energizes me. I'm sure it energizes you. About a year ago, I was a part of a duo, and I remember one of the things he said to me, he said, you know, if this ever stops being fun, let me know. Because that's why we're doing it. We're doing this duo, we're gigging, we're performing for people because it's fun. And if it stops being fun, then we need to stop doing it. So never forget why you are performing, whatever that is, whether it's you want to share your artistic self, maybe you're trying to overcome a fear, maybe you just love singing, you just love performing, and you love how it makes other people feel. One of the reasons that I perform is I am so encouraged when I see people experiencing joy because of something that I'm doing for that environment. So recently I was singing at a bar, and there was an older couple that came in. So most of the people at the bar were maybe in their 20s and 30s, and so this couple came in, they sat down right in front of me. I thought, oh, this is kind of sweet. And they asked me to play a particular song. After a few minutes, I went ahead and I did their song as part of my set. And the gentleman started to get up, and I thought, oh no, I'm finally doing the song they asked for, and now he's leaving. He was getting up so that he could dance with his wife. Here's this couple, maybe in their 70s, that were dancing together in this bar with all of these young people. It was such a beautiful moment. And that is one of the reasons I perform, because I got to be a part of this. I got to be a part of creating this moment for this couple and to see just their beautiful love in this way. So I encourage you to do this exercise the next time before you perform. Take a deep breath and just say to yourself, this is a gift. This is a gift that I get to share with others, to create these moments of joy and beauty for other people to experience. And it's a gift that I can be a part of that. If you want more tips like this to help you get onto stage with confidence, then click on the link below and check out my Confidence Singer Checklist. This is a 5-minute quick rundown of some things that you can do before you step on stage. And hey, if this video helped you, then like and subscribe and tag a singer friend who needs a little confidence boost. If you have questions, email me anytime at reneesmusicstudio.com. I would love to hear from you and hear how you're doing on your singing journey.